What is up, guys? It is me, Bruins Fembedel, and today I got a video for y'all. Power rankings for 2024-25. I am ready to make this video because, season starts tomorrow. I'm pretty sure, yeah, Buffalo and New Jersey, they're playing like the Global Series somewhere in Europe. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think they're playing like Sweden or something. Sweden, Germany, I think it's one of those cities. Or no, not cities. I think it's one of those countries. I'm pretty sure it's Sweden. I don't know why, but I don't know. It's somewhere in Europe, one of those countries. And yeah, I got the power rankings right here. Got everything on the sheet. Oop, gave you a little sneak peek. And so let's go. At number 32, the San Jose Sharks. They did get Macklin Celebrini. They're obviously gonna get better. Tyler Toffoli, Alex Wenberg. But yeah, that's because just because they're gonna get better doesn't mean they're gonna like be better. They're gonna get better, but will they be better than the rest of the league? I do not think so. There's going to be a lot of growing pains next couple seasons for San Jose. They had a dominant 20-year stint with Patty Marleau, Joe Thornton, Pavelski, all those guys. And now they got to like regroup and, got to get better again. Number 31, the Anaheim Ducks. This rebrand for the Ducks is not going to save them. My hot take, I don't like the orange jerseys. I think there's too much orange. If they gave them black pants with the orange jerseys, their home jerseys, it would look so much better. I like the white jerseys so much more. But yeah, Rasko Gudas is their new captain's kind of weird. Then again, who else? I would love to see it to go to McTavish or Fowler. But Rasko Gudas is not, in retrospect. In retrospect, he's not a great option for a captain. But considering who the Ducks had, he's probably the best option. And yeah, the Ducks aren't going to get any better. I'm going to say plain right now. I will not be surprised if they end up last in the league, but I will also not be surprised either if they end up around here, low 20s. I just think most teams in this offseason got better. Next up, I have Columbus, the Columbus Blue Jackets. The passing of Johnny Gaudreau and his brother Matthew Gaudreau during the offseason was a very sad event for the hockey community. And I really want to see him and Sean Monahan reunite in Columbus, give Columbus a 1-2 punch like it did in Calgary, and the fact they won't be able to see that anymore makes me kind of upset. And yeah, I hope Calgary and Columbus retire Johnny Hockey's number. Anyways, yeah, and also I think the main problem Columbus is the goaltending. Elvis Merzlikins is not the guy. They still got good pieces. Boone Jenner, he is getting up there in age. He's early 30s, but, captain, Adam Fantilli, the young guy, he's honestly kind of reminds me of Rick Nash when he came to Columbus, even though I didn't really watch him as a Blue Jacket, more of range. Yeah, anyways, Adam Fantilli is going to be the future of the Blue Jackets. He has leadership qualities and skills, and I will not be surprised if he becomes next captain. And yeah, honestly, whole reason why I have him down here, it's just goaltending. As I said before, Elvis Merzlikins is not the guy. Next up at 29, we got, I'm sure a lot of Flames fans aren't going to be that angry that I put them this low, considering they pretty much won the cup, Florida beat Edmonton in the finals. Matthew Tkachuk, the former Calgary Flame. Calgary pretty much beat Edmonton, a lot of former Flames on the Panthers. But, Flames, they're just been getting worse and worse ever since their historic, like their magical 2022 campaign. Johnny Gaudreau in the overtime winner, Game 7 against the Stars. That was one of the greatest games ever in the past couple seasons, in my opinion, And, yeah, obviously got them at 29 because, yeah, nothing's going to improve for them in retrospect. At 28, I got Chicago. They got Teuvo Teravainen back from Carolina, and will they be better? A little bit. I have them in the bottom 5, but they're the top of the bottom 5. So technically we are the top of something. Number 28, the Blackhawks. Bedard, Bedsy, Bedsy, Teuvo Teravainen, I said before. Taylor Hall, Nick Flynn, the new captain, and what's his Tyler Bertuzzi. Tyler Bertuzzi's almost played for every single original six franchise, which is kind of funny. All he has to play now, I think it's just Montreal. Yeah, I think it's just Montreal and the Rangers, and yeah, he's played with all the original six teams. Anyways, I will not be surprised if Chicago jumps up to like 26, 25, because they have potential, but it's like with everything in NHL, goaltending. I mean, Peter Mrazek's not a horrible goalie, but still. At number 27, I have the Montreal Canadiens. Globe de Hockey de Montréal. I think I said that right. The Montreal Canadiens. I would have had them higher a couple weeks ago, but the fact of these injuries, the injury bug has been eating Montreal alive. Redenbacher, especially Line A as well. I was actually kind of excited to see Line A play in Montreal. And yeah, that's a really big reason why I have Montreal this low. And it's just injuries, and that's it. I mean, they have a really bright future, but injuries, man. Injuries. At number 26, we got Tortorella's Philadelphia Flyers. They will win their share of games here and there. They could squeeze into the playoffs, sneak in there, But compared to all the other teams, I have them this low because they're not like a really powerful team. I mean, it is called the power rankings for a reason. But Torts, great. He is a great great coach, and I would not be surprised if they sneak in the playoffs. I mean, it's just goaltending. I've said this before. A lot of these teams, the reason why they're this low, goaltending. The goaltending count in Philly is not amazing. It's like one of the worst in the league. And no offense to Sam Ersson, great guy. He saved me a lot in NHL 24, but he's just not. His goaltending count is kind of crap in Philly. Number 25, we got Minnesota. Somebody get Kirill Kaprizov some help in Minnesota. 41-year-old actually, Marc-Andre Fleury, entering his probably final season in NHL. Pretty sad when he leaves. And it's just kind of sad seeing, just an underrated star as in Kirill Kaprizov, just like, in a way, just kind of like wasting away in Minnesota. This isn't a diss to the Wild. Great organization. But, the Wild are just like one of the mid teams, I think they're just too bad to tank and too good to tank and too bad to make the playoffs. But, maybe something changes. Maybe Philip Grubauer, stands on his head. At 24, Seattle, the Kraken. Jeremy McCann, Matty Benier, all those guys on the Kraken. Honestly, they can make the playoffs, sneak in there. But considering all these teams I said before, they are not that powerful. That saying, Joey Daccord, there was one point last season where I had him top 10 in the league just because the way he was playing for that stretch last year. And, there was nowhere to go but up for this team. And they can make the playoffs. And they probably can go deep. And I will not be surprised if they do because, Seattle is already like a really decent team. At number 23, I have Buffalo, the Sabres, Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen, that's a great name, by the way. Could he be the guy? Could he be the goalie guy? Could he be like the next Dominik Hasek? No, next Ryan Miller? I don't think so. But, I think just his name was like his name will single-handedly take the Sabres to their first playoff series. Or win their first playoff series, rather. A lot of great young talent, Rasmus Dahlin be named the new captain. I just honestly can't wait for the Sabres this season. Tomorrow, actually. Cannot wait for the Sabres to surprisingly make the playoffs, which, it's probably not going to happen. It's been, 13 years? At number 22, our second column now, I have the St. Louis Blues. These guys are the Blues. Ever since 2019, they've been just like, they've been absolute crap. The super like mid, too bad to make the playoffs, but too good to tank. I think like they're not horrible, but Binnington, he's just getting too cocky, And, ever since standing on his head in the 2019 finals, which I still just can't get over. Is he still the guy for St. Louis? Probably. But you think can St. Louis bounce back and make like a dent in the Central Division? I mean, it's possible. I hope they beat the Blackhawks in the Winter Classic. I just can't stand the Blackhawks. Next up, I got in 21 the Pittsburgh Crosbies. Penguins, it's really just Crosby carrying the entire team on his back. Malcolm, he's washed. I'm saying it right now. It's really sad to see Malcolm and Letang just washed. Carlson is not the same. And Tristan Jarry, man, just super inconsistent. And I hate to say it, but the Penguins need to rebuild. I like the fact that Crosby signed for $8.7 million. This is why Crosby's the greatest captain, or one of the greatest captains in the league all time. Have him up there with Messier, have him up there with Yzerman, have him up there with Chara, have him up there with all those great captains. And the Penguins need to rebuild, and they will probably miss the playoffs by like a couple points this year. They're probably not going to be great. They're probably going to be middle of the pack. As I said before, too good to tank, but too bad to make the playoffs. Next up at number 20, I have the Utah Hockey Club. Did I spell that right? No, I did not. UTAH, not UTE, not UTH. Utah Hockey Club. I actually kind of like their jerseys. Not the logo, like not the ugly word mark, but like the colors are really nice, and that's why I like their jerseys. I would not be angry if I owned one of their jerseys. But they at a point last year when they were in Arizona, they had a playoff chance. They could have made the playoffs, but they had that really, really bad losing streak in the middle of the season, and that's why they missed the playoffs. And they have a lot of young talent, and acquiring Mikhail Sergachev he could be leading your defense, and I think that might be the push to send them straight to the wild card in the West. Number 19. Washington. How did they make the playoffs last year? We will never know. It's just like it is just like how the NHL works, winning all these games. That's how you make the playoffs. It's really just a points race, not how many games you win race. Because sure, you win all these games, but if another team wins all the games in overtime, they'll probably have more points than you. Anyways, will Ovechkin beat Gretzky this year in goals? Yes, he will. 42 goals for Ovi. I mean, I like 40 years old. It is possible. I mean, Ovi's still one of the better players in the league. Sure, he is not a 90. He's an 89 overall in I think NHL 25. But I've played the game twice. It's kind of shit. But acquiring Logan Thompson was pretty I like where Washington's headed, and Charlie Lindgren love his mustache, and that's why I have Washington at 19. Half the reason why Lindgren's mustache. Number 18, we got the New York Mids, the New York Islanders. I don't want them to make the playoffs because they're such a boring team to watch, and that's about it. I don't have anything else to say. Boring team to watch. That's it. I got nothing else to say. Just a boring team to watch, and I don't want them to make the playoffs. I still don't understand how they beat Boston in 2021. It's unbelievable, and they're such a boring team to watch, and I hate that. They're like the Devils from the 90s and 2000s. Just a boring team to watch. That's all I gotta say. I hope they don't make the playoffs. 17. We got the Kings. After watching Quinton Byfield single-handedly ruin Jonas Corposalo today, I think they beat the Oilers in the first round. Yes, I said it. I think the Kings beat the Oilers in the first round. Yeah, that's all I gotta say for the Kings. They beat the Oilers in the first round. Probably get bounced the second, but Quinton Byfield, they said he was a bust, and you know what? He's gonna play on his head. He's gonna be amazing. Kopitar, he's still great. Doughty, I mean he's injured, but it's whatever. And future is bright for LA. I hope they beat. I hope they make the playoffs. Just one of my favorite teams in the West. Um, at at 16, we're finally entering the top 16. We have Ottawa, the Senators. They are honestly relatively high, but I have them this high because I think they finally got their shit together, and especially acquiring my favorite Bruins, or one of my favorite Bruins goaltenders of all time, Lise Olmark. I miss him so much. Ole will single-handedly carry the team to a lot of wins that they probably shouldn't have won, considering his goaltending was. He is a Vezina winner, after all, and they probably have a chance to make the playoffs, and I will not be surprised if they do. At number 15, we have Detroit, the Red Wings. Detroit Red Wings, man. This team is ready to rock. Cannot wait for the Red Wings to finally. They should have made the playoffs last year, but they didn't because, no, bro. Last season's ending, just one of the greatest wildcard races ever with the Islanders. Pulling ahead, and then the final wildcard spot, Detroit and Philadelphia gutting it out, and Washington just stealing it from under them. I'm really excited to watch Detroit this season. At number 14, we have the Jets, the Winnipeg Jets. Year after year, the Jets always find a way to make up all this noise and leave in a whimper in the playoffs. Getting manhandled by Vegas, swept by Montreal, and then just last season losing to Colorado. It's just Vegas always finds a way to just die, and it's just hilarious. Honestly, they're like the Leafs. They're like the Western Conference Leafs. Like, someone gets Connor Hellebuyck some scoring, and Jets, they're champions easily. And at number 13, we got the New Jersey Devils. Jack Hughes, he's gonna have to work some magic. Him and Nico Hischier, they're gonna have to work some magic. And with Lake Hughes out for a couple weeks, or I think a couple months actually, I don't know. I mean, they finally got a goalie, Jake Allen and Dougie Hamilton's back, so they will definitely make the playoffs this season. But they're not. I think they're getting bounced in the first round. Something about Jack Hughes, man. I don't like him. Just don't like Jack Hughes. And number 12. This is probably coming as a surprise for you guys. I have the Boston Bruins at number 12. I know it's crazy. Asked me a couple weeks ago, they would be around 7 or 6. But considering how the Jeremy Swayman thing is going on, I have them at 12, man. I mean, hopefully goalie Bob can turn Jonas Korpisalo into prime Tim Thomas, prime Anton Hunoiben. But and these contracts for Zadorov and Lindholm, will they age well? I hope they do, but in retrospect, they probably won't. And that's kind of sad. I mean, are these guys worth that much? I think so, but that's besides the point. Boston's only this low because of goaltending, and if Swayman isn't signed, we are absolutely cooked. It's Korpisalo or bust, boys and girls. At number 11, the Vegas LTIRs. I hope Vegas misses the playoffs, even though I have them at number 11 since they're still a pretty good team. I hope they miss the playoffs because I hate the Golden Knights. Because, year in, year out, just exploiting everything, just ruining everyone's hopes and dreams. Tragic. Yeah, the thing about the Golden Knights, I like their home jerseys. Wait, what am I saying? Yeah, the thing about the Golden Knights, their home jerseys are nice. Just honestly, I think they're a very boring team to watch as well. They're like the Islanders, very boring team to watch in my opinion. I mean, I don't really watch a lot, I don't really watch a lot of Western Conference games. But yeah, Vegas is still a really good team, and that makes me sad to say. And we're entering the top 10. Number 10, the Toronto Maple Leafs. Number 10. Did they get better? Yeah. The OEL, Tanev. I mean, the goaltending's kind of a question. Wall and Stolars. But, the forwards will carry. Matthews, Pappy, being named the new captain. I still don't understand it. I think they should have let John Tavares be captain until he left, then name Matthews captain, because he only has one. Because Tavares is entering his last year in his contract. So I think they should have either shipped him out or let him play as a captain of his last year contract. Don't re-sign him. Ship him off somewhere else, Maybe send to the Utah. Who knows? And just name Matthews the captain. This is like a Shark situation where they stripped Marlowe of the captaincy and give to Rob Blake, and then when he left, he gave to Joe Thornton? Or was it like, yeah, it was more like, this is more like a 2015 Sharks thing where they stripped Thornton of the captaincy, gave it right to Pavelski, which honestly I think it's deserved. I love those guys, by the way. I love Pavelski, Thornton, Marlowe, and yeah, I still don't understand why the Leafs were running it back. They should have blown it up a couple of seasons ago. But hey, it's new coach behind the bench. Maybe something changes. Number 9, Tampa Bay Lightning. They will still be really good. They probably won't make the playoffs. Bounce in the first round. Yeah, they will. They are not. The Lightning are like that one old guy who says he still got it, even though he's like has a bad back and he peaked in like high school. He's like that guy in the bar. And they're still a really good team, even though they lost Steven Stamkos. It's so weird seeing him in a Nashville Predators jersey. But, in retrospect, Tampa's still a really good team. Good defense, good offense, good goaltending. And can't dispute that, guys. You cannot dispute that, even though they lost some pieces. At number 8. Yeah, I got Vancouver at number 8. I know my video about them, I said they're going to be scratching and clawing their way into a playoff spot. But let's be real, guys. Let's be real, ladies and gentlemen. They won't. They're going to be a very good team next season. And that makes me kind of upset considering I am a Canucks hater not because I'm a Bruins fan, just because I know a lot of Canucks fans and I like hating on the Canucks because I think it's funny as hell because they're all really annoying. Yeah, let's just move on. Number 7, Carolina. They lost some depth, but it's just whatever. It's not the end of the world for them. Then the facts that they just cannot get off the hump and they haven't made to the finals with this core is just kind of insane. And who knows? Maybe they make it. Maybe they doubt me. Maybe they make it all the way to the finals to win the thing, and Brett Burns retires as a champion. I highly doubt it. They will get bounced second round probably, because Carolina does what Carolina does. Or maybe they make it the conference finals and get swept again. Who knows? At number 6, Nashville. Because they got Shea, Marchessault, and Stamkos. That is it. They are going to be a really strong team going into next season. Will they win their division? It is difficult considering they have Dallas in there. You got the Stars in their division. But I cannot doubt it. They will probably go to the conference finals. I will not be surprised. They have a really deep team, really great goaltending. Yossi, 35 years old, pushing 35. Still the captain, really good. It's kind of crazy. He was 35 years old already. Time flies. We are entering the top five in this really crappy video. I'm sorry, guys. You can skip ahead. Anyways, top 5, Colorado. They are still a really good team. I've said a lot about a lot of teams. Will Gabriel Landeskog come back? I hope he does. And if he doesn't, I think they should give the captaincy to Nathan MacKinnon because it is his team at this point. Because if Landeskog doesn't come back, it's giving MacKinnon because they've had 2 seasons now where they haven't had a captain on the ice, and it is kind of jarring in a way. And at this point, just give it to MacKinnon if Landeskog isn't going to come back for a bit. I mean, it is rumored he's coming back soon, sometime near the season, beginning of the season. But yeah, Colorado still cup contenders. At number 4, we got the Rangers, the New York Rangers, the Broad Street Blue Shirts. I don't like Jacob Trouba. That's all I want to say. Rangers still an amazing team. Year in and year out, they just cannot make the hump. They cannot win it all, and this is kind of sad. They couldn't win with Blomqvist, and now they can't win with Shesterkin. And I think the Rangers need to find a way to re-sign Shesterkin before the playoffs start. Because I think if they don't re-sign him by when the playoffs start, Shesterkin is gonna go somewhere else. And Rangers, they're my cup champs for next season. By the way, yeah, I know it's weird not saying Boston, but let's be real here, ladies and gentlemen. Boston is probably not winning the cup. Hell, they're probably going to bounce in the first round as per usual. At number 3, got Dallas. The Dallas Stars. I really wanted them to win the cup last year for Joe Pavelski and Ryan Suter. And now that Pavelski's retired, I kind of don't really care if the Stars win the cup or not. I still love Tyler Seguin, Bruins legend, and Victoria's very own Jamie Benn. I really want those two to win a cup, and the last year should have been the year. But those damn Oilers, man, and the fact that the damn Stars just been the last two conference finals have been averaging what 2 goals a game or something like that. Someone get Ottinger some help in the offense because she's been carrying this team year in and year out. If the Stars got some better goal scorers, they've easily like won a cup already, you know. But they just cannot score in the conference finals for some reason. Number 2. This might come as a shock to some people. I don't have Edmonton at number 2. I have Florida at number 2. They got worse. I think they got a little bit worse. And cup hangover. I really don't want to see Florida win the cup again. It's just so dumb. The first 5 years of the 2020s, it's been Tampa Bay, Florida in the finals. It's so dumb, and I hate that the state of Florida is getting a lot of success in ice hockey. It should be like upstate, no, not upstate, but like northeast United States and Canada getting all the success, but they're not for some reason. It's just something about Florida, you know? This is definitely Gary Bettman's fault. And as to no one's surprise, I think, who else but Edmonton? They were the last team I left out. The Oilers. They got better. I think Oilers. It's either the Oilers. I think it's an Oilers-Rangers final, and the Rangers win it in 6. But I will not be surprised if the Oilers win the cup either. McDavid, Draisaitl, all those guys, they are due to win a cup. And if they win the Stanley Cup, I will not be that angry because McDavid deserves it. That's my pretty crappy video. Everything is off the top of my head, so I probably missed some details. Who knows? Maybe I messed up some players who weren't even on that team. That's some power rankings. Let's go from bottom to top one more time. San Jose, Anaheim, Columbus, Calgary, Chicago, Montreal, Philadelphia, Minnesota, Seattle, Buffalo, St. Louis, Pittsburgh, Utah, Washington, the New York Islanders, the Kings, LA Kings, Ottawa, Detroit, Winnipeg, New Jersey, Boston, Vegas, Toronto, Tampa Bay, Vancouver, Carolina, Nashville, Colorado, New York, the New York Rangers, Dallas, Florida, and Edmonton. Those are my power rankings, for the 2024-25 season. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys later. Peace.